Good evening, everyone. Tonight, we delve into the chilling case of one of America's most notorious serial killers, Richard Ramirez, infamously known as the Night Stalker. His name alone evokes a sense of dread, a stark reminder of a terrifying chapter in California's history. Between 1984 and 1985, Ramirez unleashed a wave of violence across greater Los Angeles and the San Francisco Bay Area, leaving communities paralyzed by fear. This speech aims to unpack the grim reality of his crimes, explore the factors that may have shaped him, and reflect on the lasting impact of his reign of terror. Ricardo Leyva Munoz Ramirez was born on February 29, 1960, in El Paso, Texas. His early life was marred by instability and violence. Born to Mexican immigrant parents, his childhood was reportedly overshadowed by the volatile temper of his father, a railway worker, whose anger often manifested as physical abuse towards his family. This turbulent home environment was further complicated by a head injury Ramirez sustained at a young age, leading to epileptic fits. Adding to this grim tapestry, Ramirez was deeply influenced by his older cousin, Miguel, a Vietnam War veteran grappling with schizophrenia and PTSD. Miguel's graphic accounts of war crimes, including alleged torture and rape, coupled with photographic evidence, painted a disturbing picture for the young Ramirez. Tragically, at the age of 13, Ramirez witnessed Miguel murder his wife, a horrific event that undoubtedly left an indelible scar on his developing psyche. These early experiences are crucial to understanding the potential genesis of Ramirez's descent into darkness. He began experimenting with drugs and alcohol at a young age, escalating to frequent LSD use in his teens. Around this time, he developed a fascination with Satanism and the occult, interests that would later become chilling hallmarks of his crimes. His criminal trajectory began with petty theft, escalating to burglary to fuel his growing drug addiction. He moved to California, further entrenching himself in a life of crime, marked by arrests for auto theft and a noticeable decline in his personal hygiene. In June 1984, Ramirez's reign of terror began with his first known murder, the rape and stabbing of a 79-year-old widow. This act, initially unconnected to him, would be the precursor to a horrific spree that terrorized California for over a year. His modus operandi was terrifyingly unpredictable, targeting men, women, and children of diverse ages and ethnicities. He would break into homes, often in the dead of night, unleashing a brutal wave of violence. His victims were not merely robbed. They were subjected to a terrifying ordeal of burglary, sexual assault, and murder. He employed a range of gruesome methods, from shooting and stabbing to bludgeoning and strangulation. In one particularly disturbing instance, he tortured a victim with an electrical cord. The impact of Ramirez's crimes on the communities he targeted was devastating. Fear gripped residents of greater Los Angeles and later the San Francisco Bay Area. Homes became fortresses, sleep offered no solace, and the once familiar streets transformed into landscapes of anxiety. The media frenzy surrounding the Night Stalker amplified the terror, with each new crime fueling public panic. Gun sales surged as people desperately sought to protect themselves from the unseen predator lurking in the shadows. The sense of security and peace of mind was shattered, replaced by a pervasive atmosphere of dread and uncertainty. The relentless pressure from the media and law enforcement, combined with descriptions from surviving victims, eventually cornered Ramirez. In August 1985, he was forced to flee the Los Angeles area, venturing north to San Francisco. However, his distinctive and gruesome methods, often marked by satanic symbols left at crime scenes, ensured that the Valley Intruder moniker no longer fit. The press swiftly christened him the Night Stalker, a name that perfectly captured the nocturnal nature of his attacks. The breakthrough in the case came through a fingerprint and the composite sketches based on survivor accounts. On August 30th, 1985, Ramirez's name and photograph were released to the public. Remarkably, it was not law enforcement, but ordinary citizens who brought his reign of terror to an end. On August 31st, 1985, in East Los Angeles, residents recognized Ramirez from his widely circulated CHBI. A chase ensued, culminating in a crowd of citizens surrounding and subduing him until police arrived. This dramatic capture underscored the collective fear and determination of the community to reclaim their safety. Ramirez's trial began in 1989, one of the most complex and protracted criminal trials in American history. He became a spectacle in the courtroom, embodying a chilling persona. A self-proclaimed Satanist, he often invoked satanic imagery, even drawing a pentagram on his palm during proceedings. In September 1989, he was convicted on a staggering 13 counts of murder, along with numerous other charges, including attempted murder, sexual assault, and burglary. The judge, in handing down 19 death sentences, described his crimes as exhibiting cruelty, callousness, and viciousness beyond any human understanding. Ramirez remained defiant and remorseless, famously declaring after his sentencing, "Big deal." Death always went with the territory. Richard Ramirez, the Night Stalker, was more than just a criminal. He was a manifestation of societal nightmares. His troubled upbringing, exposure to violence, and embrace of Satanism offer a glimpse into the dark influences that may have shaped his monstrous path. Psychiatrists described him as a made psychopath, suggesting that his schizoid personality disorder, potentially exacerbated by childhood trauma and brain damage, contributed to his chilling indifference to human suffering. Despite the death penalty, Ramirez never faced execution. He spent nearly 24 years on death row at San Quentin State Prison, becoming a macabre figure of fascination and revulsion. In a bizarre twist, he even married a pen pal, Doreen Leoy, in 1996, a testament to the unsettling allure that serial killers can sometimes exert. Ultimately, justice, in a way, was served not through execution, but through the slow attrition of time and disease. Richard Ramirez died on June 7, 2013, at the age of 53, from complications of B-cell lymphoma, while still awaiting execution. His capture and conviction, while bringing a sense of closure, did not erase the profound societal anxieties that Ramirez had ignited. The Night Stalker case prompted widespread discussions about public safety, the justice system, and the nature of evil itself. It exposed vulnerabilities in community security and highlighted the importance of neighborhood vigilance. The fear that Ramirez instilled lingered long after his imprisonment, shaping perceptions of personal safety and prompting a reevaluation of crime prevention strategies. The case became a chilling example used in criminology and forensic psychology, studied to understand the motivations and profiles of serial offenders. Moreover, the sensationalism surrounding the Night Stalker case, fueled by media coverage and Ramirez's own theatrical courtroom persona, contributed to the mythologizing of serial killers in popular culture. His embrace of Satanism, while likely opportunistic, tapped into existing societal fears about the occult and amplified the public's fascination with the macabre. This phenomenon, while disturbing, reflects a broader societal struggle to comprehend and categorize extreme violence. The name Night Stalker itself became synonymous with terror, entering the lexicon as a chilling archetype of the boogeyman lurking in the dark. Even decades after his capture, the name Richard Ramirez continues to be invoked, serving as a grim reminder of a period of intense fear and vulnerability in American society. The case of Richard Ramirez serves as a stark and disturbing reminder of the darkness that can lurk beneath the surface of society. His crimes left an indelible scar on the collective psyche of California and beyond. While we may seek to understand the factors that contributed to his monstrous actions, it is crucial to remember and honor the victims and the communities forever impacted by the Night Stalker's reign of terror. His story compels us to confront the uncomfortable realities of violence, mental illness, and the enduring need for vigilance and compassion in our society. Thank you.